Alrighty, y'all, some breaking news. I literally just got done recording two other videos, but I guess we're doing this now. Mike Malone just got fired, and yes, you're doing this math correctly. We are 5 games away from the playoffs. This NBA season's been nuts, right? Luka gets traded, and then the Grizzlies fire Coach Taylor, and now Mike Malone is gone. This is a very strange move just off the bat. I don't have any insider information on this or anything all that interesting. Part of me didn't even want to do a video on this right away just because I'm like, I have no details as to like what's going on here. Oh, okay, we're getting stuff right now. Full clean. The Denver Nuggets are also firing general manager Calvin Booth. What? What's going on? Okay, we're getting full live reactions to this stuff. This is really weird. This is really weird. Look, the same things that we said with Coach Taylor Jenkins, right, with Memphis, where, yeah, you don't want to get in a situation if you're pretty sure you're going to fire a coach, right? If they go on some sort of run in the offseason, then it doesn't make sense to, like, fire them anymore, right? So now you can't, so you take the opportunity to do so, but, like, the Grizzlies, were they going to win the finals? Maybe not. And there was a lot of weird things with their roster this year. Yes, the team could have been much better. They had offensive questions, sure. The Nuggets is weird. I know the Nuggets have lost some games recently, right? I know they've lost like a couple in a row. I mean, we can pull up the standings and take a look ourselves. Is it 4 in a row? Is that what we're on at this point for the Nuggets? They've lost 4 in a row. This is a 47-32 team in a difficult Western Conference. You guys hear me say on the channel pretty often right now, March basketball and April basketball aren't necessarily real in the NBA. I'm just going to talk about it really quickly, then we'll move on. Teams really aren't scouting as much anymore. They're using different rotations. Bad teams are just rolling the ball out with young guys and seeing what happens. Better teams are shrinking their more so shrinking how many minutes their top guys are playing just so that they can be ready for the playoffs, right? It makes sense. It's a logical thing to do, right? Tanking teams are tanking. Better teams are there. The middle teams might be still trying a little bit more, right? This is weird. This is really weird. There's 5 games left. There's literally 5 games left, and we're just cleaning house completely. This isn't exactly putting whatever coach you're putting in right now. You're putting them in an incredibly stressful situation. I can't even imagine trying to do this. We don't know who the next coach is gonna be yet, right? We have no clue, but they're getting rid of the GM, which I think is interesting, and they're doing this too. Like, I have so many questions. Like, this is more of me asking questions than I have of answers, right? Like, do they really just not like working with these guys? Do they think long term, in order to keep certain players happy, that they just need different bodies in here? But I mean, Coach Malone won the finals 2 years ago. And I know as a society, we move forward very quickly, right? Like, the news comes in seconds now, and it used to come in like days, right? So our attention spans are short. But this coach just won the finals, right? We were just putting him at the top of the coaching carousel, right, of everything by being like, wow, this guy has one really elite player, probably the best player in the world. After that, he doesn't have any all-stars, right? We're making it work with a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray's like a borderline all-star type guy, right? But after that, that's what they had. They don't have KCP anymore, so they lose him. That's something to knock the general manager for. That they didn't do a very good job with KCP on that and finding ways to maintain him. And they haven't exactly... Ooh, lead assistant David Aldman will serve as interim head coach for the Nuggets. Okay, yeah, at least that's a name I'm familiar with. But yeah, that's an incredibly difficult situation to put people in. Like, I have so many questions as to like what could be going wrong. Like, I've seen some people like talk about like their defense recently. Like, it's not exactly a team of defensive rock stars, you know? Like, Jokic is actually a pretty good defensive player, all said and done. He just doesn't block shots, but he's an incredibly impactful defensive player. You look at some of the other guys in the team, and I don't necessarily think that you've got this like this star-studded team of people. I mean, can we just go take a look at the Nuggets really quick? Can we just take a look at the Nuggets real quick? Yeah, so let's take a look at some of this stuff here. You take a look at some of the defensive numbers. You got Jokic, Peyton Watson, who you can't have on the court offensively even. We know this isn't a very deep basketball team. Christian Brown is playing solid defense. Aaron Gordon's a nice one. Then you got Zeke Naji is the next best one, right? Like, there's just no defensive players on this roster. And it's not like these guys are like underperforming necessarily either. Michael Porter Jr., he's fallen off a little bit this year, but like Jamal Murray, not even traditionally one. I would have assumed Julian Strother would become a better defender by now, but he's young. Otherwise, like it's not a defensive team, right? And it's not a deep team, and they're still performing very well. Part of that's because they have Jokic, right? And he's literally the top guy in terms of like estimated plus minuses. So, and we all know he's probably just the best player in the world, right? So that's going to win you a lot of games, right? But it's not like Jokic is struggling at all either. Jokic is thriving under what's currently happening. So a little bit confused here. Look, there's the point of view of like, this is gonna spark the team or something like that. Maybe there's internal stuff that we don't know about. Because here's the thing, right? No matter what you guys read on Twitter, I'm always going to tell you guys, you don't know shit about what's going on in these locker rooms. You don't know shit. Like, even like me, who has pretty good basketball connections, I always tell myself, like, look, I don't know if I'm not in the locker room, because people say a ton of other things that aren't actually true all the time to the media because they don't want the media knowing things. You just don't know unless you know, right? That's kind of how it is. So maybe there was some internal conflicts or something, and this is the monkey off the back that's going to help them play more free or something, but that's not going to add more rotation players to the team. They didn't find any trades that they could do during this deadline. They weren't able to really add any depth to things. It was a shame that Deron Holmes got hurt earlier in the year, and some of the free agents that they brought in for cheap just didn't really work out. Like a Dario Saric was not very good at this point, so I don't know. Like, I look at the GM and I'm like, they put together a championship team not that long ago. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I can't think of a lot of amazing moves that they've made otherwise. And there's other things that go into being a GM outside of making trades and signing people, right? Like it's a more extensive business job than that, and that's why you typically need like a law degree or something to do this, unless you're like a James Jones or something like that. But I don't know. This is weird. I'm reacting to this as soon as you guys are, and I'm confused. I don't think there's a reason to go and do this just off the top of my head, but clearly they just don't decide to fire people out of nowhere, right? I mean, I guess they just decide to trade Luka Doncic randomly, but even then they apparently tried to do it for weeks or whatever, right? So I don't know. They're clearly evaluating options, and they decided this was how they wanted to do it because they're not stupid. They knew that the blowback was going to be, you're going to fire a coach 5 games before the playoffs, and if things go wrong in the playoffs, which most likely they will because it's the playoffs and only one team is coming out, right? People are going to ask questions. If you just kept Coach Malone, who had won a championship, what's going to happen, right? Coach Malone's going to get another job. There's no doubt about that. He just won the finals 2 years ago. Like, yeah, he had the best player in the world. The rest of the roster wasn't that good. So I don't know. I don't know, man. This is interesting. I'll be curious to see where he ends up. I don't know what happens from here, but this is weird. He's the most winning coach in franchise history since being hired in 2015. Led the Nuggets to their championship in 2023. I'm shocked by this. Like, I need more news. Go hop on the Discord if you haven't already. You can find the Discord in, like, all my video descriptions. Like, here's the Cooper Flag video. Yeah, go support that one or whatever. But if you just go into the description, go join the Discord. We are talking about it right now. The Discord is currently blowing up with messages and stuff right now. I've got, like, 50 missed messages. They were actually like, AVC, go make the video on it. Shout out you guys. I appreciate it, as always. But, yeah, go join there. We'll continue the conversation there, and just let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Because I don't have answers to this. This is weird. So yeah, the drama of the NBA continues.